Have you ever felt weighed down by a pain you can't quite name? A lingering ache from the past that holds you back from living with zest? Or maybe you've wondered what's really going on in the depths of your mind, those hidden thoughts and fears that shape your life without you even knowing. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Welcome to Zest Catalyst, where we ignite your inner spark through psychology and motivation. This video is for anyone who's ready to face their inner struggles, find meaning in their pain, and step into a more vibrant, authentic life. We'll explore the psychology of trauma, uncover subconscious discoveries, and give you practical steps to start healing today. So, let's talk about emotional trauma. Trauma isn't just about big, dramatic events like accidents or loss. It can be the quiet wounds, the rejection you felt as a kid, the betrayal that shattered your trust, or even the constant pressure to be someone you're not. Psychologically, trauma is anything that overwhelms your ability to cope, leaving a mark on your mind and body. It's like a splinter in your subconscious, festering until you pull it out. Here's how it works. When you experience trauma, your brain's fear center, the amygdala, goes into overdrive, storing the memory in a way that keeps you on edge. Over time, this can lead to anxiety, low self-esteem, or even feeling disconnected from your own life. But here's the good news. Your mind has the power to heal. Let's dive deeper into one of Carl Jung's most fascinating ideas, archetypes. If the subconscious is an ocean, archetypes are the currents that shape its flow. They're universal patterns, like blueprints in the human psyche, that show up in our dreams, stories, and even the way we react to life's challenges. For anyone healing from emotional trauma, understanding archetypes is like getting a map to your inner world, a way to navigate the chaos and find meaning. So, what are they? And how can they help you spark your zest for life? Let's explore. Archetypes live in the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experience that we all tap into, no matter where or when we were born. Think of them as the DNA of the soul. They're not just ideas, they're forces that shape how you think, feel, and act. Archetypes appear in every culture's myths, like the hero who slays the dragon, the wise elder who guides the lost, or the trickster who shakes things up. They're in the Odyssey, Star Wars, even your favorite Netflix series. But here's the kicker. They're also inside you, influencing how you process trauma and discover your true self. So, what exactly is an archetype? Jung described them as primordial images, instinctive patterns that emerge from the collective unconscious. They're not specific people or things, but templates of behavior and meaning. For example, the mother archetype isn't just your actual mom, it's the universal idea of nurturing, protection, or even smothering control. The hero isn't just Achilles or Spider-Man, it's the part of you that rises to face challenges, even when you're scared. Archetypes are like roles we play unconsciously, and they shape how we respond to trauma. If you've ever felt stuck in a victim mindset, that might be the wounded child archetype at work. If you keep sabotaging your own progress, the trickster might be stirring the pot. The beauty of Jung's idea is that by recognizing these patterns, you can start to work with them, not against them, to heal and grow. Jung identified dozens of archetypes, but let's focus on a few key ones that are especially powerful for healing trauma. Each one offers a unique lens to understand your subconscious and spark transformation. First, the shadow. We've already touched on this, the parts of yourself you hide, like anger, shame, or fear. But let's go deeper. The shadow isn't just your flaws. It's everything you've pushed out of sight because it feels too raw or unacceptable. For trauma survivors, the shadow often holds suppressed emotions like the rage from being betrayed or the grief from a loss you never processed. Jung said the shadow is like a locked door in your psyche. Ignore it, and it bangs louder, showing up as self-sabotage, anxiety, or even physical tension. Trauma tends to feed the shadow. Maybe you were told as a kid that crying is weak, so you buried your sadness. That sadness doesn't vanish, it festers, shaping how you see yourself and others. Jung's advice? Face the shadow through active imagination. Picture it as a character in your mind. What does it look like? What does it want to say? By dialoguing with your shadow, you integrate it, turning pain into wisdom. This is huge for healing, because it lets you reclaim the energy you've spent hiding from yourself. Pause and reflect. What's one trait you're ashamed of? Imagine it as a character. What would it say to you? Next up is the anima and animus, the feminine and masculine aspects of your psyche. Jung believed every person has both, no matter their gender. The anima is the inner feminine intuition, emotion, connection. The animus is the inner masculine logic, ambition, action. Trauma can throw these out of balance. For example, if you've been hurt by rejection, your anima might make you overly sensitive, while a harsh upbringing might overemphasize the animus, making you rigid or controlling. Healing means harmonizing these energies. Jung suggested exploring the anima animus through dreams or creative expression. For instance, if you're a woman who dreams of a strong male figure, that might be your animus urging you to tap into your assertiveness. If you're a man dreaming of a nurturing female, your anima might be calling for more emotional openness. Trauma often locks us into one side of ourselves, but by embracing both, you become whole. This is especially powerful for rebuilding self-esteem after pain. The wise old man or wise old woman is the archetype of guidance and insight. Think Gandalf, Yoda, or your favorite mentor. This archetype appears when you need clarity, often in dreams as a teacher or elder. For trauma, the wise old man-woman represents your inner wisdom, the part of you that knows you can heal. But trauma can make it hard to trust that voice. Maybe you feel lost, like you'll never find your way out of the darkness. Jung said you can connect with this archetype by listening to your intuition. Try this the next time you're overwhelmed. Sit quietly and ask, what would my wisest self say? Write down whatever comes up. This archetype often shows up in dreams too, like a kind grandmother or a sage on a mountain. Pay attention to their advice. It's your subconscious guiding you toward healing. The wise old man-woman reminds you that you already have the answers, you just need to listen. The hero archetype is the part of you that faces challenges and grows stronger. It's not about being fearless, it's about acting despite fear. Trauma can make you feel like the opposite of a hero, like you're stuck in a story where you always lose. But Jung saw the hero's journey as universal. You face a trial, your trauma descend into the unknown, your subconscious, and emerge transformed. This is the path to healing. For trauma survivors, the hero archetype is a call to action. It's not about slaying dragons, but about small, brave steps like going to therapy, setting boundaries, or forgiving yourself. Jung believed the hero is born in the struggle, not the victory. So, every time you face your pain, you're living the hero's journey. Ask yourself, what's one brave thing I can do today? That's your inner hero waking up. What's one small heroic step you can take this week? Share your thoughts in the comments. Finally, the wounded child archetype is one many trauma survivors know well. It's the part of you that carries the pain of early hurts, maybe neglect, criticism, or abandonment. This archetype can keep you stuck, making you feel small or unworthy. But Jung saw the wounded child as a gateway to healing. By nurturing this part of yourself, you transform vulnerability into strength. Try this exercise. Picture yourself as a child during a painful moment. What did that child need? Love? Safety? Write a letter to your younger self offering those things. This isn't just feel-good stuff, it's a way to reparent your wounded child, helping it feel safe so you can move forward. The wounded child also shows up in dreams as a lost or crying kid. If you see this, it's your subconscious asking for care. Listen to it, and you'll start to heal those old wounds. So, why do archetypes matter for trauma? Because they give you a language to understand your subconscious. Trauma often feels like chaos emotions you can't name, reactions you can't control. Archetypes are like signposts, helping you make sense of the mess. They show you that your pain isn't random, it's part of a universal human story. And by working with them, you can rewrite that story. Here's how to use archetypes in your healing journey. First, dream analysis. Keep a dream journal and look for archetypal figures. A shadowy figure might be your shadow. A wise guide could be the wise old man-woman. Ask what they're trying to teach you. Second, active imagination. Close your eyes and picture an archetype like the hero or wounded child. Have a mental conversation with them. What do they need? What do they offer? Third, creative expression. Paint, write, or dance as an archetype. For example, draw your shadow or write a story as your hero. This brings the subconscious into the open. Fourth, reflection questions. Ask, which archetype am I living right now? If you're stuck in the wounded child, how can the hero or wise old woman help you move forward? These practices don't erase trauma, they transform it. They help you see your pain as part of a bigger journey. Jung's archetypes don't exist in isolation. They're part of his broader vision of individuation, the process of becoming your true self. Trauma can fracture you, making you feel like pieces of a puzzle that don't fit. Archetypes are the threads that weave those pieces together. By engaging with your shadow, anima animus, or hero, you're not just healing, you're discovering who you were meant to be. Jung called this the self-archetype, the center of your psyche, like a sun that lights up your whole being. For trauma survivors, this is a game changer. The self-archetype reminds you that your pain doesn't define you. It's just one part of your story. By exploring archetypes, you tap into the collective unconscious, connecting to something bigger than yourself. It's like realizing you're not alone in your struggle. Every human, from ancient shamans to modern poets, has walked this path. That's the spark of zest, knowing your journey is universal, yet uniquely yours. Archetypes aren't just theory, they're tools you can use today. Pick one archetype we've talked about and spend 5 minutes reflecting on it. Maybe journal about a dream where it showed up, or imagine a conversation with it. If you're not sure where to start, try this. Picture your wounded child. What does it look like? What does it need? Write it a short note of encouragement. Which archetype resonates with you most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's spark a conversation. This is your Zest Catalyst moment, the chance to dive into your subconscious and start healing. Archetypes are like keys to locked doors in your mind. Use them, and you'll uncover strengths you didn't know you had.